Hello Pisces, how you doing? Happy birthday to you if you're watching this during the Pisces season. We're going to be going into the essentials of Pisces according to the Astroflower. So let me just explain a little bit about the Astroflower. It is a system that I've created over the past sort of 20 years in order for my clients, when I'm working as an energy healer, to help my clients basically confront the world and in an appropriate way that's good for them. The moment you do that, then what it does is it helps on your physical well-being, your mental well-being, and your spiritual well-being, and even your energy well-being as well. And it helps my clients to maintain a good sort of balance in life, or know when to accelerate in certain areas and when not to. And that's what the Astroflower does. It gives you little keys to open up sort of your connection to energy, your connection to your physical body and your spiritual body as well. So that's the Astroflower. Let's just quickly look at one particular sign, your sign. So let's just bring that up there, Pisces. Now, the first thing to notice is the outer ring, where you got the blue circles, is your ring. And that's the ring of Pisces, as it were. But within your flower, there is all the neighboring signs that are around you connect into your flower. So they make up the inner elements that are within you. As you can see here, you have your neighbor Aries, who is a cardinal sign, is going up through that fire that's bringing all the way up through you, through your flower, which builds up all that passion that you have within you, Pisces. An amazing, passionate sign for things, and it's also emotionally driven. When you look at the outer ring of Pisces, you can see that it's only water, pure water. Now, there's only 4 pure signs. There's there's Pisces, there's Aries, there is also Virgo and Libra as well. And they are your opposite signs, and they create this sort of band in the middle that you might well put down as the galactic plane. So this is the emotions that are running through you tend to run from your tips of your toes right to your head, as it were. Everything is there is a high emotional driven sign, Pisces, and absolutely brilliant within itself, and a magical sign. So we're just looking at the elements today in this essential reading because there's so much more to do. There will be the Pisces book, Astroflower book, coming out, where we can go into a lot more detail in all of this. This is just a sort of an eye-opener to your actual elements within your sign. So as I said, you're a pure sign, and you're also a mutable sign. And the mutable signs in the Astroflowers are symboled by a circle. Now, you'll notice that your base petals here, so you have petals 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 out the top. Now, these 2 petals here is basically the outer echelons of your energy field. So it's how you connect with the universe more than anything else. And this is where you find your fellow mutual signs. In the rest of your inner workings, there is no mutable energy at all. It's all on the outside. And that's true for every quality. So mutable, fixed, or even cardinal. The thing is, here you have, on this side here, you have it mixing with Gemini, the next mutable sign along to you. And that is, if you notice, on the outside, you have air and then you have fire, because they are an impure sign. I say impure, it's not very nice. I'd say a mixed sign. But even more than that, Gemini is a false mixed sign, because they actually have more fire in them than they do air. And there's 4 of them as well. There's Gemini, there's Sagittarius, there is Cancer, and there is Capricorn. They make up that other sort of galactic plane, as it were, that 4 together. And then you have all the fixed signs, and the fixed signs are all very, they're all mixed signs, not one of them are pure sign. but they're not full signs. They're true to their element, as it were. So on this side here, on your emotional side, you do get a lot of input from the outside world through your emotions, basically, and they tend to be very passionate. So when you are in a relationship or looking for a relationship or engaging the world in a very emotional way, there's a lot of passion that's driven behind that emotion, and it tends to be full on. And it's that connection with the outside world. So when you're having fun, you're having fun. When you're not having fun, you're not having fun. With the outside world, that is. After that, we have in the middle here, we have the karmic mission, which is also can be seen with water and fire. Now you have this attribute that runs at your base, and this drives those passionate emotions throughout your life in whatever you do, even if it is within a relationship, but it also within your financial world, which we can see mainly on the left-hand side there. So you have that fixed thing on your karmic path, which is something that is there to trial you in a way. So being fixed in long-term things can sometimes become a little bit boring for Pisces, because you're trying that fixed part of your karmic path. We're all here learning lessons, and we change signs through each life in order to learn a different lesson. On your financial side, on this side here on the karmic path, you have the similar sort of thing, but it's very cardinal as well. And this is where it's a mixture between cardinal of Capricorn and Aries. So you get this water at the base of Capricorn because it's a mixed sign. And as I said, there's more water in Capricorn than there is Earth. You get this driven emotion. So when you are working, you are really working. And you take on a little bit of the attributes of Aries and Capricorn, because they are a little bit of a workaholics. I know, I'm a Capricorn. Yeah, so it drives that emotionally. It does, a job for you has to have some sort of emotional direction and component within it, because that's what we can see with the directional water of Capricorn, and that suits you down to the ground. But it's also got to be driving your passions in another way as well, and that passions is a fire. It's all to do with good quality work, getting things done. That attribute from Aries of a very calculative way of doing things to getting the results. On your mutable, on the outer thing, you have water and air. Now, water and air don't really mix. And here you have it coming in from Sagittarius. And water and air you can have on either Scorpio, or you can have on, in the inverse, on Aquarius. But they're both fixed signs. And this here is the universe is offering you up emotional and mentally stimulating opportunities within your life. And that's what is on your radar. You're always looking for the next new thing. You're always looking to make things, streamline things, to make things a lot more sort of emotionally logical, to gain and also to make you excited and to drive that inner fire that is within you, because you have the fire and the air next to each other on the Astroflower in this section here. Once we start moving up, this is where we have the guides that are influencing you. So we have the guides here in the petals 5 and 7, and they're sort of super subconscious. They're sort of like, they're connected to your sort of long-term karmic goals in life, your real sort of long-term spiritual karmic goals in your life. And they have that overriding conversation within you that you can't run away from. And then above that, you have where your guides are in your subconscious. And this is that conversation that is within us. And it's a very surface thing. And as you can see on your emotional side, look at that. It's got a component of fixed earth, fixed water, mutable fire, and mutable water. So this water, this fixed water and the mutable water, that's where your trials and trepidations are coming in for your spirit more than anything else. Because it's an element that you know, but it's fixed. And it's sometimes difficult for Pisces to fix an emotion for a very long time. because you're constantly exploring, like all signs, the balance in life. The thing is, above it, you've got that earth and that fire below it. So it's driven by those passions, and it has to have a physical component that is understandable and solid within your life. So you like dependency upon a progressive path of a growth of a relationship between you. On the petal that's just above it, which is on petal 8, that's your subconscious level, and that's where you get the inverse. You've still got that fixed earth, that is that carrying element between the progressive path, and then you have the cardinal fire at the top. So it's basically taking this progression, this physical progression with the fixed earth, to give you that direction to your passions that come out of the mutable from the connection of the universe that is around us. And that gives you that sort of calculative, sort of accountancy sort of aspect to life, and looking at how things can really work for you in your life, in regards to the relationships. We'll come on to petal 10 at the end. Let's just go back onto the material side here, and we got petal 7 and petal 9 here, the same situation here going on, but this time here we get cardinal earth playing the kingpin on the longer term plan. And this is where you like longer term goals. You will like them to be defined, almost that gives you a direction in your life, a continual growth within your career path or your business, and a very sort of progressive way of going about things, almost very mechanical. But you do have that mutable air and fixed air at the top, and that changes from the fire, the passion. The passion is within you, and the air is that mental engagement with the world that is around you in your material sense, in regards of doing your job, your business, or your projects. This is where you're open to ideas, open to learning a lot of different things, but the finality of it all has to have some sort of squared off logical aspect of how you can progress the path, which is that cardinal earth that comes through, that does the bridging point between your super subconscious and your subconscious level there. What's playing at the top there? Well, that's how you integrate everything with the world that is around you. And this is where you have that mutable water. And that mutable water is backed up by a crossing point, which for yourselves is fire and air. An amazing crossing point to have underneath you, because it's going to be driving and stimulating your emotionally connection to the world around you through directional passions, by going off and doing things, directional passion, but also having it very logical sort of progression with the fixed air underneath it. And this is what's going to produce those emotions that you will know. And when that goes out of kilt, that's when you start learning about the emotional side that you may not have seen. It may be you might have a bit too much fire in your life, therefore it's pulling too much on you mentally, which is going to dry out your water on your surface. And that's something you should be very attentive to. The other thing we're going to look at is about the qualities, and the qualities that run through you. And one thing you may notice is that obviously you have the mutables, connections within your connection to the universe, but after that, on the left hand side here, you mainly only have cardinal energies. So you're very driven by your work ethic, very driven by work itself, and you have that one fixed air at the top, which gives you that work ethic that plays into something that is logical. It comes from Aquarius. It's very concerned about by your co-workers, the people that you work with, but also how you do business, that one thing has got to lead to another, and there's a logical progression in all of this. And this is what plays into your sign as well, and gives you a direction to that passion. On your emotional side, you have mainly only fixed with that cardinal air at the top. Now, fixed and cardinal are almost complete opposites to another. Cardinal likes to go off in the direction, and they're going to make mistakes. because that's how they learn. A fixed sign is going to learn by looking at the mistakes that the cardinals are doing. So they sit back a bit and kind of go, oh yeah, I saw there, they've got that bit wrong, therefore I shouldn't do it like that. So they learn a lot in the background. So you're learning a lot in the background in regards to relationships. It's sometimes difficult for you because it's very fixed. It's sometimes difficult for you to verbally put your finger on exactly what you're trying to say. And sometimes that's difficult because it's deep within you, and progressing that out of you is difficult. The only time it really does come out precisely is when you're using that cardinal fire. So you're interpreting all these fixed energies within you that don't really move, but that absorb everything that is around them through that cardinal fire, which gives you that sort of direction. There you go. I hope that helps you out a lot when you're looking at the Astroflower, when you're looking at your elements, when you're looking at your weekly readings, your monthly readings, and so forth. Okay, that's just a little tip of the iceberg of what the Astroflower can really bring you in life. I will be doing your birthday tarot reading as well, which you'll find floating around my head at the end if you want to see that for your birthday tarot. It's my birthday present to you. Yeah, in the meantime, thank you very much for being with us. Hope you did enjoy it. Hope I earned your subscription. And yeah, anything else, there's loads of links in the description below to find out a lot more about the Astroflower. In the meantime, life should be fun, so please do enjoy.